Before we can print a file that we've downloaded, we need to first convert it into instructions that the printer will follow. You can see here I've downloaded a few different file types. There's a .stl and there's a .3mf. The slicer will accept either one of these file formats. The program that we're going to use to slice our files is made by PrusaSlicer, the same company that makes the printers that we're using. The program is installed on the computer in the 3D printing lab, but you can also download the program and install it on your own computer. It's free and it's available for Mac and PC. You go to the Prusa website, prusa3d.com, and click on software and then choose the operating system that you're using. I already have it installed on my machine, so I'm just going to open it up. PrusaSlicer. If you get any of these message boxes, you can just X out of them to close. The first time you open PrusaSlicer, it will walk you through a configuration process, and that's pretty easy. I'll just show you real quick. Just click on Prusa, scroll down to the Prusa Mini Plus with Input Shaper, select the 0.6 millimeter nozzle. Then you can jump to Filaments and choose None to deselect everything. Scroll down to Generic PLA and check that one box, and then you can click Finish. On the right-hand side, you should see Generic PLA and Original Prusa Mini and Mini Plus with Input Shaper 0.06 nozzle. To import a model, we'll click this first icon to add a new model. I'll start with the finger brace 3MF. I'm using 2 fingers on my touchpad to scroll in. On the right at the top, you have the option to print with a very small layer height and a larger layer height and a range in between. If you have a small model with fine details, you might want to select the lower layer height, but know that this will increase the print time. If you have a model like we see on the screen, it's very simple, doesn't have a lot of detail, so I'm going to go all the way up to 0.3 millimeters, and that'll print much faster. To see a preview of what the sliced file will look like, down at the bottom of the screen, you can click on the preview icon, and if you scroll in, you can see each of the layers. Take a look at the scroll bar on the right. If you click on the arrow and drag it down, you can see layer by layer how the model will be built, and the scroll bar on the bottom will show you the movement of the print head on any given layer. On the left-hand side, you'll see there's an estimate of how long it will take to print. This is a small, simple model, so it'll print fairly quickly in 10 minutes. Once your model is sliced to your satisfaction, over on the right-hand side at the very bottom, click Export G-Code, rename your file if necessary, and save to a USB drive. You can ignore this message if it pops up. In fact, you can click Don't Show Again and then click OK, so that message won't show up. Finally, down at the bottom, there's an Eject button that you can click, and it will eject your thumb drive for you. Now we'll go to the printer and start our print.